Hey guys, welcome to QuizX podcast, and we are very excited. The QuizX team, we are launching our first product called Campus by QuizX, and are we excited?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Of course.
After 3 long years, and here we are. Campus is our first product in building our vision, that is knowledge ecosystem that we discussed in detail or briefly in the last session. And this product is built for higher education. So we are entering the education system, like education industry in terms of business, in terms of vision. We are getting into education system, and we are hoping to bring change. And what are exactly we are doing at campus? Like people always ask, what is the problem statement? What problem are we solving in campus?
Right. I think this is our entry point into something big.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we want to disclose that,
Yeah.
the exact problem statement, but this is the first step, baby steps.
Yes.
I think we are getting started with. Excited to be here, excited to launch the
And
product.
also thrilled
I-
also, right?
Thrilled because I hope it's bug free.
So if people ask what problem we are solving, there's only one statement. Education is boring. So that is the problem we are solving. So education shouldn't be boring. I mean, there are many problems, of course,
Right.
but this is the major one. This is, this problem you can't solve just through technology, just through, some breakthrough idea, breakthrough AI. It's the cultural problem as well, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we are combining everything like content, design, technology, everything into a right recipe and hoping it can bring change, solve that boring element of education. And how exactly we are solving? So we are making education fun, interesting, and collaborative. How do we make it fun educationally? I mean, you can think of many different ways to make education fun, but what we should really ask is it really impactful? Like so
And the tool what we have is, our approach is very particular that we are going with a tech product.
okay,
Right now, next question what we asked ourselves is how do you make it fun through the tech? Right? Like for example, Nirmal built a proper fun onboarding page.
yeah,
That is fun.
okay,
Right?
yeah.
It's
One
not
element
boring.
of it,
It's
yeah.
not boring, right? I think we can discuss how do we make it fun through
Okay.
tech products.
What you are saying is that design, right? It personifies our identity,
Right.
what we are standing for.
Right.
And what I'm generally discussing is how we are making fun, generally culturally.
okay.
QuizX personality, right?
Right.
That is expressed in terms of design, the onboarding. So that resonates our personality. I mean, QuizX personality.
Right.
Get it?
Could you repeat that?
So QuizX has a personality. We are saying fun yet serious, interesting is one of part of personality, and collaborative. These are the small parts of personalities, and that we are imparting through design. So get it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So for fun, we are exploring gamification. Then the interesting part of education we are bringing through something called as contextual learning. So we want students to relate the academics to the world around them. Things that are happening in the world, in the cutting edge, things that are happening, or even ideas, or just immediate things around them.
Right.
A student is studying physics, quantum mechanics in physics. In education, in college, they just learn, theory, the basic, the fundamentals.
Yeah.
So that's really important. Having fundamentals is really important. So where do we come in picture is giving the reason why you have to be excited on quantum mechanics. For example, what is the cutting edge thing happening in quantum mechanics is quantum communication,
Yeah.
quantum sensors. Okay, these are the applied part. So these are the things which are in the cutting edge really happening. So, and we break those things down, like suppose quantum senses or quantum communication, we see where is the academics here, where is the quantum mechanic component here, right? And then we connect that to education. And if the students are, consuming content in that form, they can relate quantum mechanics to things happening, and that will give them the boost and interest to, learn that subject. I won't be saying like, I'm not saying it will boost everyone, but it will boost collective interest in that field. Even if you are boosting that interest for 20% collectively, so that's still boosting.
Right.
Get it? So we can't, make everyone excited about quantum mechanics. Everybody is curious on different things,
Right.
right? So that's another thing, like personalization. So we are curious about what students are curious about. Uh, so we want to target knowledge in the right format for students based on their curiosity.
Yeah, and also with regards to keeping people curious or keeping them engaged, we have implemented a storytelling method in our thing sessions.
Correct. That
So in
we
the
will be
contents,
discussing.
yeah,
So,
things in
yeah.
the contents, which you'll be seeing in the think
Yeah,
contents basically. So that will be at least, if not for learning purpose, they'll at least have some knowledge about what's and the way we have implemented it, it's pretty unique that you will be engaged.
If we see ourselves when we consume knowledge, the content we consume start immediately interacting with the content existing in our brain database,
Yes.
right? So they make a graph inside. So subconsciously, the knowledge inside the brain interacts.
Starts linking.
So what
a-
neuroscience says is the way you consume content, the experience you have in consuming the content is really important, because brain is trying as best as it can to forget things.
Yeah.
If there is no great element associated with the content or knowledge, brain forgets it. So think what we are about to show, we have kept that element also in mind when designing that. There should be a good experience when they consume that content. So brain associates that, okay, there was a good experience here, so let me retain it. The third element, how do we make it collaborative? So yeah, we say it repetitively at QuizX, collaboration. So QuizX itself, the product itself, is a product of our collaboration.
Yes.
It's like, in 21st century, collaboration is a must. I really wish we had a collaboration culture back when we were in college, where students from different fields coming together, collaborating
Across globe.
across globe.
Yeah.
And but also collaboration is really beautiful when you physically meet
Yeah, of
and
course,
things.
yeah.
Right.
College as a boundary inside the campus. What really happens is, when we were a student, even if we wanted to collaborate, we didn't find a right person. You need a right person to collaborate, right people to collaborate.
Right mindset.
Yeah. When we are inside the campus, there is a limitation of people, right? There's a people limitation. The person you want to collaborate may not match, or there's no resonancy, there's no compatibility, or there's not that crazy as you. Like probability of you encountering your same, at that
Mindset,
campus
yeah.
is pretty low, right? And through digital product, what we are building, we can get that barrier down. There can be intra-college collaboration, in a sense. A student from college A collaborating with student from college B. Like for that, they have to network and socialize and find it. But we can at least bring that barrier down. What particularly at QuizX we are really excited for is cross-field collaboration, where students from one field collaborating with the students with other fields. Like suppose imagine a botany students from college A collaborating with architecture student from college B, or within the same college, right? Intra-field collaboration. So they bounce off knowledge, ideas together. There was exchange of ideas, exchange of knowledge from each. So the architecture student would see, what's happening in botany. Okay, what is the botany thing? What do they see? What do they study? What are the important things to keep in mind in terms of plant? The botany students will be, get knowledge from architecture. What is design, how it works, what is geometry, what is symmetry, things like that. There should be exchange of ideas from different fields, and also collaboration. Kind of pushes people to. It kind of encourages students to work on things.
Yes.
If you're alone,
build
you're not
things.
that motivated, right?
Yeah.
If you are in a group, there is the what do you call that? Enthusiasm or even pressure. Oh, this is
The
working.
energy,
I have
yeah.
to put some my part of it.
Competition.
There's a competition part. Right?
Yeah, healthy
build
one.
something.
Yeah,
Healthy one, yeah. I mean, if you're in college, you're just competing with
Your
The
classmates.
within your circle.
Yeah, that's
But
it.
if you take the globe, then
yeah.
yeah, it's
Your
a big,
standard,
it's a
I
big
mean, your
well.
work standard
Okay.
also.
Yeah, and also you present your work.
Anywhere
One second.
across the
I
globe.
mean, yeah. Sorry. Right. What Nirmal said. You can present your work, get the feedback
Right away.
across the globe right
Mhm.
away, not just from your.
Yeah.
classmates.
Okay, so that's about campus making education fun, interesting, and collaborative. So let's straight away get into the product launch.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you guys
Yeah.
think? Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, pretty excited for this. So as we discussed, campus is for higher education. So we are specifically targeting, in the Indian standards, from PUC onwards to PhD.
After 10th.
Mm-hmm.
PUC is only used in Mangalore.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
and
English
you
and
put
Mangalore, that's it.
16 plus, no, in the Play Store.
Yeah.
Okay, so PUC, first PUC guys would be 16 plus.
16, yeah. 10th is
Okay.
15. 5 plus 10, 15.
Okay.
16th is first
Because
PUC.
thing is, I was admitted 1 year earlier, so there would be people like.
No, that will worry later.
Worry later.
It's not a thing to worry about now.
All right, so here we are, 3, 2, 1, and this is campus. I'm accessing the APK.
Recording the
and,
screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is how it looks. Wow, like what is your first time? You guys also simultaneously open. Like you guys also have to create the profile, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So in campus we have two users, two types of users. One is teacher, one is student. So Subodh will add me as a teacher from his admin dashboard. So he controls the QuizX dashboard of all the institutes, where we're going to add all the teachers and students. And you guys will be my teachers. Sorry, students. What do you guys like feel or see in the sign up page?
You see a GIF of multiple possibilities,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the word think. So you're suggesting anyone can think anything they want. So it's a freedom, basically. You get the freedom you're suggesting.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, is it a good impression from your side?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, the moving GIF
Yeah.
is.
It shows the app is alive or something.
And also its monochrome theme of that is really nice. And and also the think written.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good touch from people. I'm lost in Flash screen, so that's
Cool.
it says all the things.
So
Nice.
this is really important when we are building apps. Like if you are a future builder as well, first impression, like this is the first impression of the app. We took with the same seriousness as we built our core products, because this is the first, the encounter the users have, and subconsciously, people
It has to be.
decide what is this app, just looking at this screen. And I mean, we found it good. We hope you find it great too. So let us know in the comments if there are any improvements. We are open for hearing out the feedback.
I mean, it's private, right? It's.
Okay.
I mean, people who are gonna see it, they cannot. They don't get the app.
No.
They can install and see the at least.
No.
home
I'll
screen.
be sharing in this phone. No.
Okay, in
And
the
screen.
screen, in the
Right
I'm
away.
asking, yeah.
Right away.
Right,
Sorry
right.
about that.
Anyways, I'm going to sign up, and we have a Google sign up.
Keep
Sign
it
in.
simple. One of our formulas, and there's a single
We
button.
didn't have any OTP, anything.
Nothing. Straightforward.
Straightforward.
It's straightforward.
straightforward.
I mean,
So
yeah.
smooth, frictionless onboarding. And this is our first screen, create profile. And I'm indicated I'm a teacher. So I'm going to add the profile picture.
You are a student now.
No, I'm a teacher here. Okay, in the back end.
We are laughing for something else, but
Yeah.
you are neither student. You're
Outside the campus.
you're just a user now.
Okay.
Just a user, right? You're just trying the app,
Mhm.
right? So this is right now invite only app.
Mhm. Oh, okay, this is better to say.
This is invite only app. So we are gonna
Give
treat
access.
you from the back end. Sorry,
Yes.
from the admin dashboard.
Okay.
Right? So we will take care of your profile from the admin dashboard. This is an invite only access. So this is for normal users. They can use it. They can create the profile. They can upload the picture. That's all they can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically
Until
showcasing the
okay.
functionality.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
So
they
I'm
can access
going
Think.
to.
They can access
They
Think
can access
because
Oh no, they shouldn't. I mean,
Shouldn't.
unless they're
Unless
part
you
of
get
the
the,
institute.
it's an invite only app, right?
No. If they download
Mhm.
the
You
first,
should be
there is a
registered under
screen,
any
right?
institute.
You have put that screen, right?
Which screen? That is on.
If they're not part of any institution.
okay, Think is open now,
Think is open now.
which may not be a bug. It's a feature actually. People
Which
can
one?
experience now.
No. Even if they're not part of the college, then we shouldn't. We'll just keep it. Not part of the
Okay.
institute.
Okay. Let's
Later,
cut that
yeah,
for
yeah.
now.
Yeah, later. Yeah.
Let's cut
Yeah,
for
yeah,
that
let's
now.
We have a
continue this
screen,
thing.
but
So this is epic launch. Anyways, I'm going to upload my epic picture. I'm going to enter my name and proceed. So we have something called obsession. So for analogy, what you can think of as WhatsApp status. Back when WhatsApp didn't have the visual status right now, we had something, right? Like WhatsApp only, can't talk.
Hey there.
So that was the thing,
Bio.
yeah. So what we have is obsession. Everybody is obsessed about something, and obsession keeps changing. So we also want users to update the obsession as they change, and knowing somebody else's obsession at the present moment is a good conversation starter.
Right.
And right, what do you guys think?
Yeah, obviously.
Icebreaker for sure.
Yeah, nice
Icebreaker,
icebreaker,
right.
right? Yeah. So my present obsession is what is it? Progressive music. So it has kind of been quite addicted to it. Like it is all about rhythm. So that is my present obsession. So what are your present obsession, guys?
My obsession is physiotherapy. I am.
Okay, reload is
Healing my
quite
injury right
half
now, so-
amputated or something.
Yeah, no. It's not amputation. I just tore my ACL, so I have to go through physiotherapy to get it recovered.
So what's specific in physiotherapy?
What specific? What do you mean? What specific?
Like
It's just
Sports,
knee specific. Sports injury.
athletic
Okay.
physiotherapy.
yeah, Nirmal.
my present obsession is waves.
Waves. Okay.
Waves.
What waves? Sound waves.
Sound waves, even the
Ocean
ocean
waves.
waves.
Sine and alpha waves. Something like
Not
that.
that scientific, not that into technical.
Just
now,
the
but
waves.
Okay, waves.
The waves, artistic form. Basically, I'm looking into the artistic form.
Okay.
Ah, nice.
He's going through something, anyways.
Something serious. Right.
Yeah, Subodh.
Subodh.
Mine is I'm into multi-cylinder engines,
Okay.
especially for the motorcycles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just exploring.
Why were you obsessed about that? That's quite interesting.
Right. It started from the way it sounds. Right.
What was that again?
Multi-cylinder.
multi-cylinder engines. Right
Okay.
now, what you see in India is mostly single cylinder,
Yeah.
single spark
Single
plug,
piston,
single
yeah.
piston engines. So when you introduce multi-cylinders, they have their
For
own
motorcycle, you
role.
mean?
For motorcycles,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, for motorcycles. Of course, car is multi-cylinder.
Car
anyway.
Yeah.
multi-cylinder.
Yeah. So yeah, things are different, right? The way it sounds, the way it performs, the way it behaves
Okay.
is totally different.
Interesting.
Yeah. So just working through, and that's why I was asking you
About the
time
designing.
about
simulation.
CNC and designing.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's move
What
on.
about
So
yours?
obsession is mine is progressive music. It's going to change in next week. So if it's gonna change, I'm gonna upload it. I mean, not the
Update.
music part. I'm saying like my obsession, may
Obsession.
change.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's why
we
it's
call it present
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 obsession.
obsession.
What is
Yes,
your
yes.
past obsession?
Past obsessions, there have been one is black soldier flies. There is a fly which feeds on waste, and it feeds on waste and lays its egg there, and the larvae pop out, and it goes through life cycle changes many, and it flies and again find another decomposing substance, maybe animal thing like dead animal or animal waste, animal poop, lay their eggs, continue life cycle. So why I'm obsessed is about is it's a good tool to handle
Waste
human
management.
waste, like the municipal waste, especially the green waste in the cities. You can mimic its food cycle, like from food energy waste to protein. It turns itself into a mass of protein. So the larvae, they have high protein and lipid content, which can put back into feedstock or put back into food cycle, animal
Right.
feeds
Animal feeds, right.
like chicken feed, fish feed, So that's the present obsession. That was the past obsession. Yeah, that's why it's a great conversation starter.
Exactly.
If I were into your present obsession as well, if I was also into cylinder engine, yours is a multi-cylinder engine, mine was a parallel cylinder engine or something. If there's another
Right.
term, something like that,
Right.
we would have started a conversation. Hey, why would you try this? Something like that.
Right.
Like, you were a student from X, I was a student from B, like, this is icebreaker. So these are the small element which, starts the collaboration entry points,
Interaction.
that
Yeah,
was the
focusing
thing.
on.
Yeah. Okay, this QuizX is an invite-only platform. It's to say it is just for the institutions. We are allowing to onboard. So if other users who find our apps in the Play Store or App Store and download that, and this is the screen they will be seeing, unless we are onboarding them from our admin board. Right now, Subodh is adding me as a part of an institute. So we have created an institute called Q Testing. And we have not yet, tested our app rigorously enough.
Don't say that.
Not that, it's just that testing. Like we, how many users we just onboarded? Like
How
5-6 users.
Around 8, 10.
Yeah, so Q testing is for 100 users, different users. That's what I meant. So we are creating Q testing institution. So if you want to be part of that, just submit your email ID to this email ID, which I'll be pasting it here. Yeah. And we will be adding you. So just it is for 100 users only. So if you find any bugs or any problems, just let us know. This is purely for testing. So I got inside the campus. So right now we have 2 main features in the campus. We have many more in the pipeline. So this is good enough to start with, right?
Yes.
Right.
So we have groups and we have something called corridor. So let's talk about groups. What are groups and who is it for? So group is for passionate teachers, who want to extend the conversation about ideas, resources outside the classroom. So you can imagine groups like a virtual classroom. So it is there are many possibilities inside a group. It's basically for teacher-student communication, and what we are specifically hope the group should be used for is idea sharing, idea discussion, brainstorming, resource sharing.
Resource
So
sharing.
that is our main intention, why we build groups for. Because what we have seen is
It's pretty much cluttered the way the student right now what we use is we use the general platforms such as
correct WhatsApp or
WhatsApp
something
or so
like
on.
that.
So it's pretty much cluttered, right?
Correct. Doesn't
So-
give institution or knowledge vibe or something like that.
Yes.
They take pretty
Right.
casual.
The UX is a bit more
Yeah.
personal,
Correct.
distraction.
Here we have made them. I mean, here we are making them feel like it's an extended version of the classroom.
Correct. Yes.
So the
Right.
focus
Point.
and the
Point.
aesthetic is designed according to that.
Correct. Intentional towards
Intentional,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Intention.
Do you also remember when we discussed the point where, for example, WhatsApp is a chat application,
Mhm.
Teams is a chat application, Discord is a chat application. What makes the difference is what they're meant for.
Yes.
Like
the
WhatsApp
audience.
is a bit more personal, and Discord
Right.
is more happening.
Yeah.
Like an
Secret,
extended version of
private,
pub or a
secure.
club.
Yeah, right.
Right. What is something we can do for education?
Education.
Correct.
With the
Specifically for
design,
education, right?
where
Yeah.
we can collaborate
Yeah.
for learning.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
I think that's
And also
where-
themes
that's where
match
it
that.
started, yeah.
And that's our design philosophy actually. So we start with the intention. What is our intention? Then we reverse engineer the design and the elements and put it there, and then technology. So yeah, the intention of the group is for ideas, for extended conversation behind the classroom, beyond the classroom. I mean,
One of our vision was, right now it may be used between the students and then the group,
Mhm.
but ideally in the future we would like people to use them to discuss something they
Want
what-
to work on.
want to work on. For example, give us an example. Like,
Yeah, maybe a short
Um,
project or something.
let's say you may be working
recycling
on,
lithium batteries.
right, right, and you may be finding something new there, or you may find new articles, and there's some part of the world somebody is also trying to do the same. Would like to discuss,
So like community.
validate
yeah.
their work, feedback. They can also
Yeah. We can
collab,
build
yeah. I mean, just-
exclusive community, like-minded people
Right.
working. Yeah.
right, not just education.
Yeah. But this is for education.
This
But
is-
we
yeah.
can tweak some of the design things and do different things for them there.
Right.
That we are releasing
That's a
pretty
goal.
soon.
That's a goal. Yeah.
Another thing is like most of the teachers, there were teachers who had so much to discuss in class, so
Yeah.
much ideas to discover. I mean, to
Maybe due to
discuss
the
or
time
brainstorm in the
constraint,
class, but they just get 45 to 1 hour,
Right.
and 10 minutes goes on taking attendance, and that's not enough time for them to cover the syllabus first of
Yes,
all, right?
first of all.
So then they can't do much here. So they can get those ideas, here at QuizX groups and discuss it there, and share links, resources, what they found really interested in the web, PDF in the web,
Right.
and share it here. So, and also students can store this for the future references, and many possibilities. Possibilities are endless here.
Right. I think the classroom is synchronous, right? Synchronous in nature, right?
What
But-
do you mean by that?
Synchronous in the sense, there's a dedicated time you like, okay, this is 1 hour.
Correct.
You teach this subject and done. Chat is asynchronous, right?
Yes.
You may
You can
read
access
that
it.
now, but you
Yeah.
can also access it
Correct.
later,
Later,
yes.
tomorrow,
Yes.
go back in time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, once the
One method of
disc-
documenting.
yeah.
Right,
Correct.
it is just like you attend a Zoom call,
Right.
versus you attend people by chat.
So let's create a group.
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
So right now I'm the teachers and they are my students. I'm going to create a group called, since one of our feature, like one of the personality of QuizX is gamification. So let's. I want to teach you guys gamification. I want to ask you some questions. So let's create a gamification group.
Yeah,
Okay.
that should
All
be
right.
cool.
So I'm going to add. I'm going to create a gamification group. And by the way, so the DP for groups is you can add GIFs. Yeah, I created a group called gamification. Now I have to add my students. I come here and yeah, So these are the students who are under Q testing. Subodh, Rilwan, Nirmal, George, Matthew. And confirm. Did you guys
Oh.
get the notification?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway, so this is how the group inside the group look like. Pretty. We don't have much vibrant colors. We just pretty basic. Keeping intention is just place for ideas, right? So yeah, groups are reflecting. Okay, Nirmal sent a message. Hey, hello students. Ready for the class? Hi, passionate teacher. So I have a question. Okay, the question is,
Yes.
okay, what is gamification for you guys?
What terms comes to my mind when I hear that is reward,
Reward, yeah,
Yeah.
good.
right? And then competition.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These are
Scoreboard.
the elements. Yeah, great.
Keeping people hooked onto the app.
Okay, that's the application.
I mean, gamification is basically you,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
come
right.
back. Even,
Yeah,
Yeah,
even
right.
if, even
To
if
check
you
what is the new update, right?
basically, I mean, keeping.
I'm asking about the definition of gamification. Or, what do you think is not the purpose of gamification?
When you hear the word, like what comes to your mind?
Right. Same
So,
thing.
okay.
I mean, whatever.
Reward
yeah,
and
reward,
competition.
competition.
Scorecard.
Scorecard, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
like-
have
So
the
what you
sense
just
of
mentioned
playfulness.
are nothing but the components of gamification.
Right.
So what gamification is, applying game mechanics. What do we mean by game mechanics is, there's components inside the game that makes the game a game, right? So you take those components and then put it into the boring task or other non-game environment, like classroom or work or different things, non-game environments. Components taken from games, right? So that is gamification. Definition wise. And so my question, I will be asking a question. Check your group.
Sure.
Sure.
So there are 4 things more fundamental that makes a game a game. What are they? Components, Subodh said
Reward.
reward, competition. Those are the components.
Right.
So there are so many components, like environment, visuals. These are all small components. But if you have to look at every game in the world, and there are 4 fundamental things. Those, without them, a game would be incomplete. That's not a game. So what are these 4 fundamental things you guys think are the components of a game?
One can be experience.
Yeah, you just share it here.
Okay, experience.
You have to be definite with that. Like experience is experience. Like
The rush you get when you.
that's the effect. I'm talking about the components. Like competition is one component. You're talking about emotion, not emotion, just a component. Competition
Reward,
is a
competition.
component. Reward is a component. But those are not the fundamental, But those are the components. There could be a game without reward. There could be a game without competition.
Is it?
Tetris, you're competing with yourself. There are no other competitors.
But there is
You're
a
competing
competition.
with your own IS score.
Yeah,
but
but
still,
that
it's
is
a game.
competition.
That's an experience.
That's a competition still. No,
No, not competitors. Like something.
no, there are no competitors. You yourself is a
Yeah, I'm
competitor.
talking about every game. Like what makes a game game. Like these components are needed.
I mean, the
I'm
competitor.
talking about the 4 fundamental that is really necessary to call it a game. So Nirmal said experience. Okay, nice, good thinking. So 3 you guys can guess. The 4th one is a little really most deep, and I don't think even I could have guessed that. Like had to think deep about it. Okay, something like that. So 3 you guys can think about it, I guess. So Rilwan's answer has come up: reward and competition. Psychology, challenge, reward.
challenge.
Okay. So broad of answer, psychology.
Yeah.
Challenge. Okay, challenge is pretty good. I like the challenge part. Reward is also good answer, really good answer.
Thing.
So game has four things. One is there are many things, but fundamental is fundamental. First thing is the goal. Every game has a goal. Without a goal, there is no game. Okay, there is a goal in every game. Let's consider golf. What is the goal in golf? To put a ball in the hole.
Right.
That is the goal. Okay, second is okay. What is the second? Second is the rule. Limitation. Here the limitation comes in. It's easy to put a ball in the hole, but here comes the limitation. How do you have to put the ball in the hole? Like there's a club or something like that. The distance. There comes the rules. So game has a rule. That is the limit. That sets the challenge. That makes the game exciting. The rules makes the game exciting. So challenges. I mean, the goal is also that gives the that gives you the direction where to go, like what to do, what's the end scenario. But how you go through that goal is also great. Like that is set by rules. Which is the third thing you think?
Reward. Or
Mhm. Feedback.
The team, team
feedback.
interaction.
So how close you are to the goal, that is needed. Otherwise, you are misguided. You don't know where is the goal. If you don't know how far is the goal, where is the goal, you are just like a lost ship in the sea. So there has to be a feedback loop to give you like a feedback for every action you take in the game. Like how closer are you to the goal?
Right.
Can you relate to every game's feedback?
Right. The
Right.
scoring system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
scoring
scoring
system
system.
is feedback. Fourth one is active participation. Like everybody in the one if you're playing single player game, if you're playing a multiplayer game, every person who is playing the game has to agree for all these three things. Okay, this is the goal, this is the rule, this is the feedback.
Right.
Everybody agrees. There's a mutual agreement. Let's play. You need all that. Suppose we are playing cricket and you have a different rule, I have a different rule. We can't play. Right? We have to mutually agree to these rules, these goals, right? So that's also a fundamental component. So what do I call that?
Active participation.
Active participation. Okay, I can take a 3-hour session on this, so we'll do it some other time. So how was the class?
How was the class? Good.
Okay, cool. Let's move on. So here teachers can create, groups of their own classes.
Right.
And also, let's imagine possibilities here. Like, suppose teacher is really curious about other fields. Suppose teacher is teaching, physics. And the teacher is really curious about nuclear fusion. Okay, recent things happening.
Interesting.
And he wants to share the knowledge as he is consuming and as he is staying updated with that. He wants to share that knowledge with the students. So not everyone, not everybody, every student is nerd about physics, even under physics class. He may choose some students, maybe first year some students, second year some students, third year some students, and create another group called, let's create it, nuclear fusion. Subodh, you want to share anything and how
Yeah,
easy was it to build groups?
It's reflective.
I mean, I think we wanted to start fresh. Want to have the fine tuning. We wanted to do that, like fine tune everything, right? The framework, the chat, from the ground up. That is something we wanted to achieve. But with I mean, it's a smart move to pick something which is already present.
available. Yes.
Yeah, it means reinventing the wheel.
Right.
We wanted to create a different wheel with the
Right,
ground
we-
up, you meant to say, right?
Right. Yeah, we wanted to do that, but yeah, it's a smart move to pick something we already have.
Yeah, at least when we are starting up with
Yes.
the present resources, we are almost like a small team
Right.
with no capital. So instead of
Yeah, we
like
had to
start-
build and while reinventing, we had to build and we had to scratch it again, and we
Correct.
thought of something else. Yeah, then we built it again. So that has been a lot of
Right. I
Lot
mean,
of
Subodh had
Lot of
idea
research.
on building groups on WebSockets.
we
So
still have that actually.
We still have that, but
Yeah.
we are keeping when we have the capital and resource.
Right.
So anyway, so our mistake was like it was also good learning.
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of libraries we created
Yes.
using WebSockets.
WebSockets. We had our own libraries.
with the great inventions of supporting protobuf within
Right.
WebSocket. Going a bit technical,
Mhm.
but
Yeah, this is for the builders. This
This is for the
this
builders,
part of
yeah.
the content on how we built it and
I hope
things
we
like
can one day open source it
Okay.
in the future.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's
Let's see.
This is where we are right now, and it's good.
Okay, Nirmal, you want to share anything on the design perspective, design part of it?
Yeah, as you can see, it's very minimal, and we kept even the DPs are rectangular compared to what's happening in our current social media apps. We kept rectangular in order to stand out from the crowd, and also since we have implemented GIFs here, it's much more clearer to
Mhm.
express GIFs
Correct.
on a rectangular profile picture instead of a circular one. And then if you look inside it, we have used Futura instead of any other fonts here, and Futura is basically a timeless font.
Mm-hmm.
It's been implemented in many companies, many even in many branding or
But there is a risk we have taken here in the design part. I've seen nobody using Futura
Yeah.
for chat system, but we are obsessed with the font.
I wanted
That
to
we let's try it. Like we were bold enough to have Futura in our chat, but we will be keeping accessibility option. If they
Implementing
find
that
the
sooner.
font not readable enough, they can change the font or even increase the size. Let's come down to corridor. So this is the second part of the group. Okay, let's discuss what's corridor. So corridor has been a very special place, right? When we were in college,
colleges as well. Yeah.
it's a place we were met other class groups, our
Interacted more,
friends.
actually.
We gossiped, we shared ideas, and some legends even flirted. So
Some of
corridor
them-
is a magical place where interaction happen, idea sharing happen, many things happen. And another thing is why we named corridor is because it is a good analogy, it is a good metaphor, so that you guys can relate about corridor. Again, Facebook has, Instagram has a feed, Twitter has a stream, or there is the other way. Facebook has the wall. What do they call their
Facebook has
content feed?
Yeah, I think Twitter
Stream.
Twitter
Is feed.
Feed, yeah.
Instagram is stream.
I don't. Not
Instagram
sure.
was feed.
Instagram is a feed.
Facebook as wall.
Wall, yeah. So ours is corridor. So what do we find in corridor?
You can still do all those things. You can talk to people. You can still flirt.
Yeah, but
we have
this
chat
is
things. We can still engage in different things. You can still learn. And yeah, you can exchange ideas.
Collaboration.
Yeah.
Collaboration.
idea
Correct.
sharing, basically.
okay. Now this is where I see my profile. If I want to change my obsession, I can come here. The Q testing is the institution I belong to. I'm the teacher. This is the profile. If I want to change anything, I can change here. Okay, so what do we have in corridor? What do we find is the content. So we have different content ideas down the line, but presently what we have is called Think, Connect the Dots. So let's talk about Think. So what is Think for you guys? You have been playing since, you guys have been playing Think since the beginning of QuizX. So what is Think for you guys?
Think is basically which allows us to think different possibilities
Nice.
and come up with maybe different ideas or different, what do you say that?
Thoughts.
Yeah, different thoughts. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can
thoughts.
express your thoughts.
Yeah,
Anyways.
express my our thoughts in a very fun way, maybe.
Yeah, so Think for me is something very dynamic. So what I might have thought while thinking about a question, and then sorry, and then after seeing the answer, my perception on that might be different. So it is like Rilwan said, it keeps on changing, and then that helps me, makes me humble about what do you say, how much information or knowledge I have about a topic. And also when I look at the communication that happens after that, which we will be seeing soon, we see a lot of people interacting with it.
Okay.
So maybe that opens up a possibility of collaboration, and that's what think is for me.
Cool.
Nice. What is think for you? It's you.
Okay. That's so philosophical. Okay, what do you mean by that?
Right. Because it's you, because you think in a different manner of
You mean to say, I think, therefore I am. What do you call that quote? I think, therefore I am. Think is, you mean, think is alive. Think is being alive.
It's a sign
your thoughts makes what you are.
Mhm.
Right. Think is a different thing for you, and it's a different thing for me. For example, let's take Rilwan, right? When you hear Rilwan, you may think something else. So let's take a better example. So when you look at this page, okay, particular page, right? So you may think something else, I may think something else, right? So basically, think is, as you said, it's possibilities, right? Different things. Yeah. I mean, it is tough to describe think.
Yeah.
You
Still need to
understand
think.
how to.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one.
It's way
Christopher.
deep or it's way abstract.
Okay. But I only asked what do they feel about what is the think game for them? So they went into thinking, so which is beautiful. So yeah, you guys went into thinking, about thinking.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I wanted to answer in two different ways. Think in terms of the
Philosophy.
Philosophical part and this one.
think
Yeah, good.
In accordance with
Yeah,
QuizX
yeah.
is
Correct,
different
correct.
thing.
Application.
Because this game is dedicated for human thinking. So the thinking is really beautiful, right? So thinking is a gift of our evolution. Because of thinking, we have accomplished so much.
Right.
Another thing about thinking is there are so many ways of thinking. Like there's abstract thinking, there's critical thinking, there's creative thinking, there's rational thinking, there's
Analytical thinking.
analytical thinking, there's a lateral thinking.
Lateral thing.
Not everybody is good at every form of thinking. So my forte is lateral thinking. Your forte, what is your forte? Critical thinking, analytical thinking. Yeah. So rational.
Need to work on that.
No
Yeah. So every student, everyone has their own, type of thinking.
Thinking, right.
So creative ones, lateral ones, something like that. We thought of all of that thinking, and we built content in accordance with that. Another thing is about if you look at neuroscientific way, thinking is an exercise. It's a mental exercise. Just like we have to exercise to train our muscles, like build our muscles, we have to train students to think in the education system. It's not about telling them what to think, it's about telling them how to think. So thinking is the training. The more you think, the more neural pathways would be better adapted to thinking. Yes. So that's one of the things as well, and we're trying to gamify this activity, this exercise of thinking as well. And there are many aspects, of this game, and these are the small things we can think about it. Another thing about the core experience of think is knowledge. So you can build up puzzles and make students think. That's one way to make think. But we want it to be different. So we are basing that thinking exercise through a knowledge, right? So they get that knowledge in terms of reward wise, as Subodh said. So reward is the answer. The answer for this question is the reward.
Right.
They get the intrinsic reward. Okay, and also the reward is the feeling of, oh, I got to know about this. I learned this today. That's the reward. I have created like 6-7 questions as a sample to display the intentions behind every questions. So okay, let's have a think session in real. Okay, so
Right.
I will be sharing a question here. So what is the rule of think? So it's never about the right answers. It's all about you taking time and pleasure in thinking. So and brainstorming different possibilities.
Right.
That is the beauty of this game.
Right.
And we are cherishing each other's thinking. That is another beauty of this game. I may love your thinking the way you think.
Right.
Right. Right. Yeah. So let's see this in action. By the way, you guys can also play simultaneously. So the first question I have is a safety design. Okay, that's the title. The top one you see is the keyword, and these are the fields it belongs to: design, safety engineering, system thinking, and physics. And you guys are ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, let's go into the first slide. Okay, crumple zones are one of the most significant automobile safety innovations of the 20th century. These zones are located at the front and the rear sections of the vehicle and are designed to crumple easily in a collision. Right? You guys can relate it, right?
Yes.
Yes, let's move on to second slide. This reduces the impact energy transferred to the passenger shell, which is reinforced to better protect occupants. The entire system is designed to sacrifice less important element for the most important element in the system, that is the people in the vehicle. People in the vehicle are the most important, so they're sacrificing the crumple zone of the car or the system. So in the design field, this is known as principle of weakest link. Okay?
Okay.
So what do we mean by that is the weakest element in the system can be used to protect other more important elements. The weakest element here was the crumple zone of the car that was sacrificed to protect the most important people. So that is the weakest link, the rule of weakest link. Okay, that is when it comes to safety design,
Right.
Design system in general. So next slide. The weakest link can function in one of the two ways. It can fail and passively minimize damage, that is called passive design, or it can fail and activate additional systems that can actively minimize the damage. Getting it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Two systems.
Right.
Passive design and active design. Getting it?
Yeah, got it.
Deep, right?
Right.
Okay. The question is based on this. That's what.
Got it.
Clear, right?
Got it.
Okay. For example of active design. Let's talk about active design, not
Right.
passive.
Yeah,
Right.
What is active? Something is activating, right?
Yeah.
To protect
Airbag
it.
or
Maybe a
something.
car
Okay.
bag or something.
Okay.
So airbag.
Airbag.
Okay, good one. So another example is sprinkler system in the building.
Mhm.
The example for active system, active design.
Right.
The example of an active design in the use of automatic sprinkler in a building. Sprinkler systems are typically activated by components that fail. Example, liquid in a glass cell that expands to break the glass when heated, which then activates the release of water. So this is the activation design, active design. So, okay, done with the script. This is the question. Can you think of an example of a passive design where the weakest links fails to minimize damage? The intention of this question for me was not about you guys, there's no definite answer here. There could be many answers. I want you guys to brainstorm what could be the thing. So the answer I'm looking for is like a very common thing you can think of, which is at your home itself. Passive safety design at your home.
Oh.
Yeah.
If the gas is leaking, the smell that you get when you
What fails there?
what?
What fails to minimize the
That's an
damage
active
there?
design, right?
That's an active.
That's an active.
Yeah.
I think he is asking a design
Example.
which minimizes the damage.
Instead of
I'm
preventing it.
asking.
Which fails to minimize the damage.
Okay, if there is something wrong happened,
Okay.
detected something wrong happened,
Mm-hmm.
it fails itself. It will protect. It will destroy itself or something to
Okay.
protect the damage, to protect the important part.
Fuse.
That is your home.
Fuse.
You got the answer. Yes. Okay. So next is called, we have think interface. This is to promote thinking. Otherwise, people are not very patient enough. They quickly see the question and they quickly want to see the answer without even making an effort to think. So we have restricted barrier there. This is our intentional design. Our intention is for people to think. So we have two options here: either to scribble your thing, so you guys can scribble your thing here, or we can directly go to the answer. The answer is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So as Nirmal said, fuse in the electrical circuits, right? There's a sudden increase in voltage or current, so it fails itself to protect
Suicide
this.
itself.
To
Yeah,
save others.
suicide protect.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on this question? Like, did it make you guys think differently or think different?
Right. I mean, at home there's nothing much of moving parts, but I was still trying to find something. But do you think this is passive or active?
This is passive safety design, which fails itself.
Now after the definition, I kind of got it. I mean, after explanation.
It's passive.
Yeah, I mean, the weakest link, passive design is something that will fail itself.
Oh.
It's basically suiciding.
Okay. Acha. Okay.
So yeah, my intention was also that you guys gain some knowledge
Right,
here. I hope you guys did.
Right.
Let's move on to second question, something called planetary defense. All right. So the subjects, it belongs to our astronomy, planetary science, aerospace, engineering, and physics. And it has 7 slides. Let's get in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, first slide.
DART. The language
Okay.
is built in.
DART was a space mission from NASA aimed at testing a method of planetary defense against near-Earth objects. So, what if there's an asteroid coming to hit the Earth? I mean, scientists have said for 100 years there is no asteroid nearby. This is NASA's first planetary defense expenditure. I mean, planetary defense project, DART. So in the picture you can see technicians working on DART, the spacecraft. Okay, let's move on to the second slide. DART spacecraft, the size of a golf cart, was targeted towards Dimorphos. So Dimorphos is which is the size of the Great Pyramid in comparison, and it is a minor planet moon of asteroid Didymos that doesn't pose an impact threat to Earth. They just wanted to test the idea.
Right.
It was nothing dangerous, nothing. It just wanted to see if it's feasible option. Does it really work? The idea, whatever the idea have, does it really work?
Mm-hmm.
So they tested on this this moon-like, object.
Right.
This is the high-resolution picture of Dimorphos. Okay, let's move on to the third slide. DART spacecraft was launched from Earth in 2021 and successfully completed its mission targeting Dimorphos on 26 September 2022. So last year, they at the same time, like exactly last year almost, they completed their project and they got the answer. And the answer was it was successful.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the first test of planetary defense taken by any agency, by humanity, in fact.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it was successful, and this is the artistic illustration of the expedition.
To hit at the asteroids.
Yeah. So next slide. The successful mission meant that if a dangerous asteroid were ever detected heading for Earth, the knowledge gained from this mission would be handy to prevent its collision with Earth. So moving to the question, what do you think is DART's strategy for planetary defense?
To change the direction of the asteroid.
How?
By hitting.
What is the fundamental thing there?
Momentum change. No, not momentum. Or by striking at it and reducing its mass, or so that the impact would be less compared to what it was initially.
No.
It's good idea.
Changing the asteroid's direction
Mhm.
by hitting at certain
Okay,
speed.
that is the target.
Uh-huh.
I mean, an asteroid is coming towards Earth. Of course, you have to
Yes.
deflect its direction. That is the intention.
Mhm.
My question is, how did they did it?
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to disappear it, like make it disappear, bombarding antimatter. Just kidding.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, you
laser.
can break that
Yeah.
into pieces.
break that into pieces. Okay, so they sent a golf cart-sized, spacecraft to a pyramid-sized object. So how do you break it? If you want to break it,
I guess
Maybe
you
if you're
can
going
say
with the
that,
breaking strategy, if you're going with the deflecting strategy, how would you deflect it? There's two strategies we came up here. One is breaking the asteroid
it's all
up.
about
One
that,
is
yeah.
deflecting the direction. Good strategy. So
Right.
how do we?
What other
Yeah.
techniques we can do?
Yeah, people. Some when I showed this question to other students, they told me nuclear blast.
How can we just hit it off?
Yeah.
No, it's sorry. So when it's imagine the asteroid is coming,
Mhm.
so the NASA sent something which, yeah,
Like blast it out, different direction, or any other strategies you can think
I mean,
of.
blasting out and also splitting into multiple pieces is
Oh,
again a
that-
threat.
yes.
Yeah, again it can
Again it
fall.
threats,
Can be
that's
Yeah.
reduced. I mean,
So-
But it can
compared to what
reduce
it
the
was
threat.
initially.
But still,
But also
this-
you have to see the economics here.
Hmm.
Right.
Can
Yeah,
it be do? I
right.
mean, you can do many things. Is it really feasible under federal budget? I mean, if you don't really see the budget when that happens.
you don't really see the
See the
budget.
budget.
Yeah, interesting.
Hmm.
1 second.
Yeah, and also like here what we have is a typing strategy, right?
Yeah.
So we should also come up with the audio strategy. I mean, audio input. They can explain their thinking if they're finding it difficult to
Try.
explain the
it.
idea, express their thinking. So we will come up with that soon. Yeah, it's a pretty
It's a pretty good-
accessible and a very easy feature we can add. I mean, for users to express the thinking. Okay, so let's go to the answer. So the answer is kinetic impact as planetary defense method. What do I mean by that is real one, like deflecting the planet, of course, but how? That's like going with the high speed. What you are changing here is a momentum. To change the direction, what you really need is a momentum, right? Change in momentum. So what is momentum? Momentum is mass of the object and the velocity or the force of it, right?
Oh.
If it's golf cart sized spacecraft,
Spacecraft.
to change the something big as pyramid, what you have to do is come up with a huge speed, like high speed, and hit the
Hit
target.
that.
So you can compensate that mass in the equation with the speed. High speed, less mass, you can have the more impact. So this is how they transfer the momentum and changes the direction. So why I created this question, the intention here is, this is contextual learning. Best example. You wanted to
I
say
mean,
something.
it's- Will that work? Imagine the speed at
Which
No,
the
that is
asteroid
already
is
done.
coming up. It's done.
Yeah.
It's
But
little-
surprising, right?
Yeah, it works. Like you just have to, even if you're tilting it with a small angle, you can tilt it with a and when it's
in
coming,
space,
right?
right?
When it's too far away.
Too far, yeah.
Yeah. Even if you tilt it with 1 degree of angle or something, it can make a big difference when it comes to,
Right,
yeah.
right.
Let's go to the third question. Sonic plant communication. This content belongs to botany,
There's one.
acoustic, plant physiology, machine learning, and agriculture. This one needs critical thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go on to the first slide.
In the
Plant
front-
exhibit significant changes in their phenotypes in response to stress. Phenotype means change in the body feature. Okay, plants change the body feature in response to stress. They differ in colors and shapes from unstressed plants. Recently, researchers from Tel Aviv University in Israel discovered that plants also emit airborne sounds when stressed. So this is the experiment picture. Now, okay, this is a surprising discovery. Have you seen plants emitting sounds?
No.
No, right? So this is the surprising discovery they made. But the sound is ultrasonic. Let's come to that. Let's see. Second slide. Scientists chose tomato and tobacco plants under different treatments such as drought stress and cutting off the stem. These are the stress they induced on the plants To investigate the plant's airborne sound emissions, they constructed a reliable recording system where each plant was recorded simultaneously by 2 microphones. Okay, this is the experimental setup. It was credits to Tel Aviv University.
Okay.
First, they recorded the plants within an acoustic box and developed machine learning algorithms to classify the recorded sounds. Then they tested the system in a greenhouse while monitoring the physiological parameters of the recorded plants. The sounds emitted were ultrasonic with the frequencies of about 20 to 100 kilohertz, and they could be detected from several meters away.
Nice.
And the emitted sounds carry information about physiological state of the plant. Plant can communicate, oh, my left branch is cut.
Yes.
Maybe, probably, I'm just imagining. Maybe there's no water here. Protect yourself, guys. Conserve water, guys. Something like that. They can communicate maybe through sound patterns, implying that they may have a profound impact on agricultural practices. What do you think is the scientist theory on how plants generate these airborne sounds when stressed? What do you guys think?
Through hormones or something.
Through hormones, nice. Like how exactly? How hormones can direct
Plants
make?
have hormones. I don't know.
Yeah, they have. How the banana would ripe is hormone.
That's enzyme, right?
No, hormone. I mean, when's the signal when to ripe? That's given by the hormone. Yeah, but how do you create a sound through hormones? Yeah, any other thinking?
End of
Maybe
the day,
it's
it's a chemical reaction. So evolution may
You're
be
saying
in the picture,
through chemical reaction there is a sound.
right?
Basically, it's a vibration, right?
Mhm.
And that vibration cannot be heard by us.
Okay. So you mean plant vibrates itself to generate that ultrasonic?
Maybe something like that. I don't
So you need a tuning fork. It should vibrate like a tuning fork or
know.
something.
Maybe.
That's good thinking.
be,
Yeah,
could be.
good thinking. Or do they have secret mouth or vocal cords?
We wouldn't know.
Okay. That's
Yeah. Can you hear my stress?
of facing the camera.
Of
That's pretty visible. Okay, so the answer is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The audio is pretty good.
Air bubble pressure.
Yeah, air bubbles form and breaks in the xylem. Like bubbles create noise, right? Like the waves. So, you know xylem, right?
What
Xylem is the water carrying
Right.
pump inside the plant.
Yeah, I
So
was
they
about to say,
can
but I didn't say.
make air bubbles there, play with air bubbles and make it blast and carry the patterns of, bubble burst and communicate. That is the prediction of scientists. They have found no other way it can create sound. So this is the most credible guess they have.
Nice.
So that's about it. So
it's through a process called cavitation.
cavitation. Cavitation
Happens
is
in mechanical pumps.
Yeah, that's how they pump the.
Pump stops working. Right.
cavitation is nothing but
Ultrashock waves are
bubbles, right?
generated.
Like
when the
break and-
waves, when the bubbles, they burst, they create a shock wave,
Mhm.
and that's how they deteriorate the blades.
Oh,
And that's how the efficiency reduces of the motor after some time. So the water should be pure.
Interesting. So that you can share in the thoughts for the upcoming participants. So let's come down to stock dip in chili. So this one, stock dip in chili, is for made for information. So this question is based on the information, like quick information. I just gamified the information. So the question is, first slide, there's just one slide.
Oh.
The stock prices in Chile's top companies like Albemarle and Sociedad, I can't pronounce it. So these are the top 2 companies there. So both dipped sharply after an incident that took place in April 2023. SQM shares fell by 18% while other companies' share fell by 9% after something. So here you have to figure out what these companies would fall under, like what are the sectors, what Chile is famous for. Then you guys can figure out the answer. So my question is, what happened? What is that incident that shook the share price? Abrupt, sharp decline in the share price. What really happened on that day? Do you guys think?
No rain.
Like, can you
Wild-
elaborate that thinking? Like,
Wildfire.
what are those companies you guys think? What is Chile famous for?
What?
What?
Machu Picchu. No, that is Peru, right?
That's
Oh,
Peru.
Chile has a great leverage now. This is in coming years.
Lithium ion battery.
Yes,
Lithium mines.
lithium mines, like great lithium mines.
Yes.
And so these are mining companies, lithium mining companies.
Mm-hmm.
So what could have taken place for the sharp decline in the share price? An incident.
Increase
Maybe
in
an innovation where
yeah.
lithium is not
Abundant anymore?
no more required.
Not yet. We are not yet
What
there.
could one of the possibilities?
One of the possibilities.
Yeah.
Good thinking. Yeah.
Could be replaced with
good thinking.
iron. I mean, I know one of the companies trying to replace or trying to
Yeah,
invent.
Yeah. Solid state
Iron-based,
batteries.
yeah.
Nice. That's a good thinking.
Ionization.
Ionization. What is ionization?
Sorry.
Maybe one of the federal laws,
Good
Change.
one. Yeah. What could that be?
like only class A lithium should be used.
They have poor quality lithium. You mean?
Could be.
Could be. Yeah. Good possibility. Nice.
Could be.
Let's see the answer. You guys want to see You guys want to think more?
Let's see the answer.
Let's see the answer.
Could be.
Yes. Let's see. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
that is
Nationalization. I mean, suppose it was close. Federal influence. So
Syrian
nationalization.
nationalism. Oh.
So when country sees in wealth there, they would nationalize, right? So this is one is the information you guys got, what Chile is into, what happened, nationalization, that and this. But also the same way, this is also good way to tell what's happening in economics for economic students. Oh, these are happening to stay relevant to the things happening. Okay, so this is what thinking is. We have many more contents lined up from different fields, law to agriculture to architecture to zoology, A to Z, agriculture to zoology. So on every field, so in the coming days, we will be exploring deeper and deeper into many different fields and bring out the best things, interesting things that are happening to your pocket if you have QuizX Campus app. And we have many things lined up. So this is our first baby step. And we are onboarding colleges nearby, Mangalore and Bangalore. And our vision is obviously global here. And this is a small step we are taking to make education fun, interesting, and collaborative. And wish us luck. Corridor was built by one of our great interns. We would like to name them. So group, the front end and other things as well was handled by Pranit and Pawan. Thank you so much, great students. And Corridor was done by Rilwan. Rilwan took the responsibility on architecture and the front end and as well as the back end of Corridor. You learned anything new building Corridor?
No, it's right now it's pretty basic. So there are a lot of challenges, but right now we have kept it very simple. So maybe in the future it will be. There will be more thing to explain. Right when we develop more tools based on.
So that is another learning. Start with the basic that we can handle, right? When we are going small. So when we started, we wanted everything. Our mentality, mindset was,
Right.
we should be like Facebook. The capability what Facebook has in the app from the day one.
we were arrogant about
We were arrogant about it, yeah. But there was a good learning. Rilwan was assisted also by our superstar intern, Shapun Punja. If you're watching this, you are the superstar.
Yeah,
And
did a really great job.
Yeah.
Building the entire product is fun with a team like Rilwan is with us since very long time. Then Shapun recently joined us, and of course Pranit and Pawan working since
Superstars.
superstars, working since some time. One thing I like about our team is they don't take things blankly, right?
Yeah.
They
There is a bouncing of questions. We ask why,
from
reason
and
out.
to, yeah, it's from and to. They would come back to us that this is not right. We should place this somewhere else. There's feedback, instant feedback, not just taking something blank and building
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Right.
And also they have built it instantly.
Right.
Like
Speed.
very
That's-
instantly,
that-
very
yeah,
speed.
very
The
speed.
velocity was right what we needed.
Throughput is high. So I have to
Really good.
thank Rilwan, Nirmal,
Thank you, Sabun.
Shapun, Punja, and then
Pawan.
Pawan,
Pawan,
Pranit.
Yes.
It was-
The support was great, even from the Subodh. As you know, Subodh is a senior most in our team. So yeah, that was really helpful having him with our team.
Yeah. Pushing the engineering forward.
Yes.
Right.
And also,
Yes.
I think working with Clinton is also very challenging because
Very,
whenever
very
you meet him,
challenging.
there is a lot of ideas he's going to bombard you with, which is
Okay,
nice.
I'll take that as a compliment also.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Also, a lot of
Yeah.
expectations.
We have a lot of things that we want to implement in the near future. And let's see how it goes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it works,
Exactly.
we are thrilled. We don't know how education system is going to accept us. Are they finding it useful? I mean, we build this product keeping ourselves in mind. Like when we were I mean, we have other empathy, but we don't know how the the generation, the demographic has evolved, right? So we should see. That's also a challenge. That's also a suspense for us. And we will come back with their feedback and how we are changing students' life in the next podcast and the next release. Until then, thank you so much. Wish us luck.
Thank you.
Peace.
Peace.